Welcome to the Worship Probs podcast, where we aim to entertain, encourage, and equip worship and tech leaders all around the world. Look, we all know that serving in worship and production is great, but the problems, those are real. Thanks for joining us as we dive into today's episode with our host, Brian Tabor.
Welcome to episode 349 of the Worship Probs podcast. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. This one's going to be an absolute blast. The 3 E's, entertain, encourage, and equip. You're always going to experience those. We would be most grateful if you jumped over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review, 5 stars. 5 stars and a nice review. Anything less than 5 stars would be uncivilized. Well, I'm so glad you're listening today. It's going to be a great one. I've got some amazing prayer concerns for you, a few updates, some resources, and I'm going to share a fantastic conversation that I had with a new friend, Lizzie Morgan, recently. Her new record, Not My Will, live, drops in just a couple of days on August 22nd, 2025. And you want to make sure you grab it ASAP. It is fantastic. So this is going to be a great episode. And to get us started, let me tell you about our incredible friends at Planning Center. This episode of the Worship Probs podcast is brought to you by Planning Center, an all-in-one software that can help you organize every facet of your ministry, connect with your people, and help your people stay connected to each other. Among the many ways Planning Center can help you do that is through task management. In Planning Center, you can create detailed tasks, organize to-do lists, and even collaborate on those tasks with other team members in real time. Do you have recurring events and projects with long to-do lists? Make a task list template to save time. Have regular tasks you need help keeping up with? Set your tasks to automatically repeat at an interval of your choosing. And the best part is that you can create tasks from absolutely anywhere in Planning Center using the toolbar. You'll find your Tasks tab in Planning Center Home, the place you see all the important updates happening across your account. To learn more and get started today, visit planningcenter.com or click the link in our bio. Well, there's all kinds of stuff happening at Worship Probs. Worship Karaoke is our car show. If you've never watched one, we've got a brand new season coming very, very soon. You can watch full episodes on our YouTube at Worship Probs. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That we're having tons of fun with Worship Karaoke. So be on the lookout for a lot more of that to come. And we recently launched something called Worship Jobs by Worship Probs. And if you are a church, there's really been no middle ground in the past other than like posting on a job board website. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got a pretty substantial investment with going with a search firm that can help your church. Well, we want to try to help. We want to connect leaders and churches. And so Worship Jobs by Worship Probs is our way of doing that. You can jump over to our website, worshipleaderprobs.com. Just click on the Worship Jobs tab, and it'll explain exactly what we're doing, and you can get in touch with us. And we want to be a budget-friendly option for churches that are looking for their next leader. So that's what Worship Jobs by Worship Probs is. Well, do you know what time it is? It's time for Prayer Concerns. Prayer Concerns is brought to you by Pro LVA. They specialize in transforming worship experiences with professional lighting, video, and audio solutions tailored for churches. Their team understands the unique production needs of churches and delivers cutting-edge equipment and personalized service to enhance services, events, and special gatherings. From vibrant LED walls and crystal clear audio systems to dramatic lighting designs, DC Pro LVA provides reliable, volunteer-friendly solutions that amplify your message and create a welcoming atmosphere for your congregation. Choose DC Pro LVA to elevate your church's worship environment with seamless production support. Their thorough design approach and dedicated team ensure your services run smoothly, engaging worshipers and fostering connection. Visit dcprolva.com or find them through the link in our bio to explore how their customized solutions can equip and empower your team, making every moment of worship unforgettable. Partner with DC Pro LVA today to create a powerful and inspiring experience for your church. Well, thrilled to welcome our new sponsor a few weeks ago, DC Pro LVA, and I hope if you're looking for some help with your production gear that you will absolutely check them out. Daniel and the team at DC Pro are just incredible people, and their hearts beat for the local church, and so I know they would love to serve you. We're prayer concerns. You know them, you love them. This is episode 349. And we've shared prayer concerns on every one of them. And you guys keep sending them in. I'm so grateful that you do. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. And these are just the roast of feedback you get from your congregation. Sometimes pretty savage. And I have some pretty savage ones for you today. And so people send these in to us anonymously. You'll remain anonymous. Your church will remain anonymous. But we share these every week on the podcast. Our hope is that it just makes you laugh a little bit. Man, life is so serious. We need to laugh, take a breath, and be reminded we're not in this alone. We're all in this together. We're all wrestling with the same stuff in our local churches. So we share these every week on the podcast. So send yours in. Website, worshipleaderprobs.com. Click on prayer concerns and submit yours there, or you can DM these to us on any of the socials as well. So let's dive right in. Prayer concern number 1. Our church recently got a 1-star Google review. The comment, it's a cult. Man, coming straight off the top rope with prayer concern number 1. Man, tell me, I need to know, are people out there writing Google reviews about your church? Have you gotten any? Send them to us if you have. Because man, oh man, that is next level. That is next level. Okay, number 2, prayer concern number 2. I got a comment recently that said, your voice is really funny. On other people, it wouldn't be good, but somehow you make it work. Somehow you make it work. Put that on my tombstone. Somehow he made it work. Man. Oh my gosh. I would like to follow some of these people to work and give them comments afterwards. Okay, number 3, prayer concern number 3. Someone recently told me this. We need better communication. I never know what's going on. Do you take a bulletin? No. Do you look at the posters around the building? No. Do you sign up for all church emails? No. Do you come in service early enough to hear the announcements? No. Can't we just have a board somewhere that lists everything that's going on? You do everything. There's 5 options there, man. There's 5 options that you've given this person to find out what's going on in the church. They don't do any of them. And yet somehow it's your fault. It's your fault. They don't know what's going on. They just want an old school bulletin board. Something tells me they probably wouldn't use that either. Okay. Number 4, prayer concern number 4. On our live stream during the song, This is Amazing Grace, we got a comment, How do you make an orphan a son and daughter? Surely it's one or the other. I find that lyrics are often taken out of context, like other things that we hold really, really sacred, like scripture. Sometimes get taken out of context. Lyrics are the same. So probably trying to just be inclusive of both sons and daughters. And that was the way they turned the phrase, would be my guess. I'm not Phil Wickham. Clearly, I'm not Phil Wickham, but that would be my best guess. Okay, here's the last one, the bottom of the pudding cup. Prayer concern number 5. Well, at least you sung all the right notes this week. So it could be worse. It's sort of backhanded, but I would take it as a positive. I actually would take that as a positive. I would take it as positive and just walk away. That's what I'd do. That's what I would do. So fam, those are prayer concerns. Please send yours in to us. You can go to our website, worshipleaderprobs.com, click on the prayer concerns tab. You can DM those to us on any of the socials. And we would love to hear from you. If you've been in ministry for 5 minutes even, I know somebody's hit you with a prayer concern. So send them in to us. We'll protect your privacy. We won't share your name or your church's name, but we would love to share your prayer concerns. So send them to us. Well, I recently made a new friend. She is an absolute powerhouse. Some really crazy, amazing pieces of her story that you are going to absolutely love. Let me share my conversation with Lizzie Morgan. Today's conversation is brought to you by New Life Ministries. Since 1988, New Life Ministries has been a trusted source of hope and healing, offering Christ-centered resources to people in life's most difficult places. If you've ever felt anxious, burned out, overwhelmed by ministry, or struggled with addiction, grief, depression, or trauma, New Life is here for you. They equip leaders like you with biblically based counseling, powerful workshops, online courses, and a nationwide network of Christian therapists. Whether you're walking through something yourself or want to better care for those you lead, New Life has real help for every season. Click the link in our bio to explore the tools, support, and life-changing guidance that can bring lasting freedom and healing. New Life Ministries, transforming lives with God's truth and grace. The Worship Probs podcast is thrilled to have Lizzie Morgan with us today. Lizzie, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited I get to be on this.
Oh man, we're thrilled to have you. You're like the busiest woman in the world, and we're going to get to all of that stuff. But how's your summer been?
Summer's been great. Nashville weather's been a little wonky, but it's been good. It's been really fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we like to have a little bit of fun. So Lizzie Morgan, welcome to the hot seat. I got 5 like rapid fire questions, and they're very easy. Okay, number 1, burger or salad? What are you picking?
Burger.
That's
all
nice.
Day.
There we go. Me too. Number 2, what's the last song you played on your phone?
What is the last song I played on my phone? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think it was some choir song because we have choir Sunday coming up.
Nice.
So it was probably like Kurt Carr or somebody.
Nice. Love it. Okay, number 3, if you were going to pick a superpower, what would you choose?
To be able to read people's minds.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Might hurt my feelings.
That's probably a blessing and a curse, I was going to say.
Yes.
Okay, number 4, what's your favorite comfort food?
This is so country, but I love corn.
Ooh.
I can eat like a bowl of just straight corn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Or butter noodles.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm there. I'm with you. Okay, number 5, is there a little known fact about Lizzie Morgan that people might find hard to believe?
Oh my gosh. Hard to believe? I don't know. Maybe I'm very country. I'm about as country gets. And I walk around barefoot most of the time.
I love it.
I don't know if that's hard to believe,
I love
but it's true.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're excited to have you on today. You got some really cool stuff to talk about and a
Thank you.
ton going on. I'm wondering, as we're getting started here, can you tell us a bit about your story? How did God lead you to where you find yourself today?
Man, it's been so crazy. My whole family is in ministry. My grandparents still pastor the same church that I grew up in. My dad is a gospel singer. My grandfather plays guitar. My grandmother plays organ. So I've just always grown up around music and church and ministry, and I've loved it. And so that really is where it started for me, is just growing up in church. I was sleeping under pews as a little girl. Um, yeah. And then my mom made me go to college for one semester. And I did it, tested it out, and I finished. And then when I came to her after that semester, I was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And I just knew what God had for me. And I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I really just knew that I wanted to do music and I wanted to do ministry. So I served my grandparents' local church. I think I was 18. And then I worked retail, I worked random jobs, all the things that we all have done. Um, and then when I was 21, I got a call to come audition to sing background for Lauren Daigle. Crazy God thing. Yeah. And because I live in Nashville, there was one year, I think I was 20, where God told me to do background for free for anyone that asked. And so I started just saying yes to people in town. And then a year later, that's when I got the call for Lauren. And I was with her till COVID and loved it. And then some of the guys from Maverick City reached out and I started going to writing camps. And then God has literally just opened doors slowly since that. And now releasing my own music. It's just been crazy.
That's incredible, man. Well, he's opened a lot of doors, and
He has, yeah.
that's amazing. So you mentioned it. You have a new album dropping, your debut
Yes.
solo album, "Not My Will," and you released an incredible single from the record, "Let the Alabaster Break," which is
Thank you.
awesome, so powerful. So, being your debut solo record, what are you excited about with the new music, and what can people expect from the record?
I think I've always loved being able to tell stories and tell my testimony through music. And I think if you hear this record, you can hear seasons of being on the mountaintop, you can hear seasons of being in the valley. And it's such a record full of my history with the Lord. And I'm really, really excited that I get to do that because I've been a part of telling a lot of other people's stories and supporting that. And I've loved that role. But it is just such an honor to be able to talk about what the Lord's done for me. And I'm really, really excited about that. And I think that I was super intentional about making sure that some part of the record someone can relate to. If you listen to it, there's one song, hopefully, that you're like, oh, she told my story. And so that's been my prayer for this.
Man, that's awesome. Well, the vocals on "Let the Alabaster Break" are straight fire.
Oh, thank you.
My goodness, my goodness.
Thank you.
And so, okay, so you mentioned this, you've told a lot of other people's stories. So what's it like transitioning from telling other people's stories to telling
Yeah.
your own? There's probably a sense of vulnerability in that, I would imagine. What's going on in your heart and your head as you prepare to, you've worked hard, you've worked a long time on this, you're getting ready to release this thing out into the world. What's going on inside you?
I think one thing that's been huge for me in my journey as being a worship leader is trying to get to a place where I am as real as I possibly can be. And I think it's something that we've really lacked in this industry because people can be so harsh that it kind of makes you want to not be real. And I think that the most inspiring thing you can do as a worship leader is to be real with God and with people. I think that somewhere along the journey, we kind of convince people that you have to be this certain thing to come to the Lord when He really just wanted you. And that's not always easy to do, but it's been something that I've really, really tried to be intentional about, is that I want people to know me, not just feel like they know me, but I want them to know me. Um, and I want the Lord to know that I will bring everything, not just certain versions of myself. And so that's been something that I've just been really working on as a worship leader. And now I'm doing it as an artist and trying to be as real as I possibly can be. And I think you can hear it in the songs.
Absolutely. You know, that for all of us who lead worship,
Yeah.
that's a challenge, man, because you're right. People can be harsh. People can be critical. And, you know, as of COVID, you know, every single church, you've got a camera on you and lights
Social
on you the
media,
whole time.
cameras, yes.
Yeah, man, that's a great reminder to just bring your authentic self, which really takes a lot of discipline, I think, a lot of intentionality.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so in addition to this new music, I had to clarify this. You lead worship at two churches, one in Tennessee and one in San Jose, California. First of all, wow, like that's a ton to manage.
Yeah.
How are you finding balance in all the stuff you have going on?
So my big sister, Naomi Rain, she always says that it's not a balance. She's like, you can't balance it. It's never going to be like this. But she said that you figure out the seasons where certain things need you a little bit more. And then this season needs you a little bit more. And I think that's been really good advice for me. I think if I was trying to take everything in my life and try to get it all even, I would be a disaster. But there are seasons where I know my church in California needs me right now. And I'll go spend 2 weeks there and do office hours and do all the things. And then there are seasons where my family needs me. And I'm blessed to have pastors that allow me to do that. And I know that's not everyone's situation. But for me, I really have been so blessed to be able to do that. And I've learned it's like a day by day thing. It really is. And so I try to just figure out, where is God pulling on me a little bit more in which seasons? And I lean into that.
Yeah. Man, that's a good lesson for all of us, even those of us who are just trying to balance one church, let alone two churches on opposite sides of the country. That's incredible, man. I don't have that many firsts on here, but that's the first. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. That's incredible.
And I'm 28. Yeah. I just turned 28 yesterday.
Oh, that's happy birthday.
Thank you. I started touring with Lauren when I was 21.
Wow.
So I do also think it's all I've known is to travel in my 20s. I haven't had a week where I just stay at home in almost 8 years. So it's just normal to me.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
it is crazy.
That's incredible. Wild. That's incredible. Okay, so we started as a meme account for worship leaders, and just of mostly in the beginning, it was just ways that I had failed my church and these ridiculous situations I found myself in. And so for you, we always like to ask this question, like, have you ever been in a service and just the wheels came off? Like, you had a plan and then it just left the tracks?
Yes. And I grew up Pentecostal.
Oh, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we rarely have a plan. Most of the time it's like, let's just see what's going to happen.
That's awesome.
And so I learned so much, though, in my youth group days. We had a youth band and we would do all the youth services. But I specifically remember being in this very sweet worship moment, and I fumbled so bad. I say, just picture Jesus with those needles in his arms,
Oh, gosh.
like an
Oh,
idiot. I know. And I didn't even know I said it. I mean, I'm like 13 years old, and I walk off stage and everyone's like, not needles,
Yeah,
nails.
no.
It's nails.
It is never needles.
Never needles. And it was brutal. I mean, I was traumatized. But I mean, I've had stuff like that. I've had stuff where I sang a whole song in different keys. I mean, I've had clothes rip on stage. I've had it all happen. Yes. But I'm glad. I'm grateful. I learned early. It's not needles, it's nails.
It's nails. That's incredible, man. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So like new music's coming out.
Yeah.
Typically there's something that follows that. Are we going to see you around?
Yes. I'm literally can't believe I'm even saying it, but I get to go on tour with Elevation Rhythm
Come
in
on.
September.
Nice.
I know. It's such a God thing. Like, it really has just been such a good season where the Lord's just opening doors, and I'm so grateful. So I get to do some touring with them, doing some traveling throughout the year, but just really excited to get to kind of sing these songs in different places. And I'm getting to see churches sing Let the Alabaster Break, and that's been really cool. So
That's awesome.
it's just been awesome.
Man, those Elevation Rhythm folks, I can only imagine the cardio it takes to prep for one of those nights, let alone like I sit there and I'm like, my calves are burning just watching this.
Yes.
I can't imagine.
They are wild,
Yes,
but they're so fun. I was with them last week for their recording, and I felt the same way. I was like, oh, Jesus, help me. I'm exhausted. I'm hanging with the young kids, but I'm trying. They go.
Yes, they do. 100. They always go 100, yes. Man. It's incredible. Okay, well, if you're listening, we're going to get to the big room question here in just a second, but make sure you go follow. So on the socials, it's Lizzie_VIV. Make sure you go follow her on the socials. You got to grab your copy of her debut solo record, Not My Will. Man, it's going to bless you. I've only heard one song so far, and it's unbelievable.
Thank you.
So you gotta go grab that, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so we always end our conversations with the same question. We call it the big room question.
Yeah.
So if we gathered like all the worship leaders and all their volunteers and all the production leaders and all their volunteers, we got them all together in one big room, and we handed you a microphone, what would you feel like compelled or passionate to share with them about what we all are doing in the local church?
Man, I think it has a lot to do with what I was talking about earlier about finding how to be authentic. I think that when I look back on the moments where I feel like I did what I was supposed to do as a worship leader, most of the time it had nothing to do with the song choice. It had nothing to do with me yelling at the people to worship. But when I remember those moments where I feel like people were inspired, I think it was when I just showed them how much I loved worshiping the Lord. I think there's nothing more inspiring to people than them seeing you love to worship. And I think we forget that. Like, my pastor always says, if you run, they'll walk. If you walk, they'll stand still. And if you stand still, they'll die. And I think that's such good advice for worship leaders. But I think when you add that, making it an authentic expression, it helps so much. Like the people that I loved growing up just loved the Lord. And I was so inspired by watching them worship the Lord. And it made me want to worship. And so I think that's such a simple thing. But I think we forget it because sometimes we feel so much pressure to do this or do this. But really, like, if you just get on stage and love on the Lord in an authentic way, that will inspire people to worship. And then a lot of times I'll have people come up to me and be like, oh, I want to be an artist or I want to be a worship leader. And they ask for what they should be doing right now. And I just always say that wherever you are right now, like God has you there for such a specific reason. And I think sometimes we can get so frustrated with where we are that we don't use that season to learn for what's next. And part of my journey has been so much of, I know I sang for Lauren because I was going to be with Maverick. I know I was in Maverick watching Naomi because I would be doing my solo thing. And I think that in those seasons, you can be frustrated because you're singing background, or you can be frustrated because you're not whatever. But God really does put you in spaces to learn from those seasons for what's next. And so I think a lot of people, if you can figure out how not to get frustrated with you are, but realize like God has me here for a reason to learn something, that it can really help you and build you for what's next.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Man, that whole concept of leading by example, that we can't enforce that enough. You know, if you're young, if you're just starting out in leading, we get this one specific private message all the time, weekly on our account. And it usually goes something like, hey, my pastor found out I played guitar and he put me in charge of worship. What should I do? And I'm just like, oh like,
no,
you cut me, man. You cut me. But we're always like, man, you gotta lead by example. You gotta lead out of the overflow of what's happening in your relationship and your walk with the Lord. And man, what a great reminder to all of us. Well, you guys, you can see why we love Lizzie Morgan. So go follow at Lizzie_VIV on the socials. Grab your copy of Not My Will, her solo debut album. We're cheering you on, man. And thanks so much for taking the time to talk today.
Thank you so much. It was so fun.
Man, that girl is a powerhouse. And by the way, it was all I could do to keep one church marching in the same direction. I can't imagine God calling me to do it in multiple locations. That is really tip of the cap, Lizzie. And we are cheering you on. This new record, guys, Not My Will. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Well, I'm so glad you stopped by and spent a couple of moments with me today. If you would do me a favor, remember to hit subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. This is really important. You don't have to go looking for us every week. We just show up right on your phone or your laptop or however your iPad, however you're listening. And then I told you earlier, I would love it if you would go over to Apple Podcasts, search Worship Probs. Just find our podcast, even if you listen on some other platform. Find us, give us 5 stars and a nice review. We would really, really be grateful. And it's a huge help in getting the word out about the podcast. Thank you, too, for following us on the socials. We don't take that for granted at all. You guys are unbelievable. We are at Worship Probs on Instagram and YouTube, Facebook and Threads, and then at Worship Leader Probs over on TikTok. And we would love to have you join our Worship Probs community group. That's our private group on Facebook. 3 really, really easy questions to get in that group. What's the name of the group? What do you do at your church? What's the name of your church? Those are the 3 questions. If you don't answer, I have to deny your entry because I let a spammer in once and it was a really bad deal for everybody. So I would love to have all of you, but just answer the questions. It's so easy. And guys, over on X, just look for the hashtag Worship Leader Probs. Well, I am a super fan of our friends at Maven Media Productions. They have been such a blessing in my life, such a blessing to Worship Probs and to all of you editing our podcast. Anything that looks great on our channel, it came from Maven. I promise you that. If you've seen our Netgear videos, Heath Bottomley has been editing those for us and just killing it. And Allie does our podcast editing and our graphics and it's killing that as well. They're just great, unbelievably creative people. And what they're doing for us, they could do for you if you have a ministry or a company, or maybe your church needs help with a new website or some logos, branding, social media coaching, whatever it is. They can help you, I promise. Head over to mavenmediaproductions.com. There's a link in our bio that'll take you straight there. They are just great people, and I know they'll crush it for you. And thanks to my friend Scott Hoke for our voiceover intro. Guys, I love you. You know that. This is all for you, and I'm so glad that you're here. You're part of our community. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time, deuces.